I looked at Edelkrone's promo videos and I can tell you that some of the footage also have the same problems that I have, which tells you that they're using their own product and even they can't figure it out how to do it. So hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Edelkrone and all the problems that I have with it. And unfortunately, most of the reviews online are sponsored reviews and they're not showing you the whole story. This video is not sponsored by Edelkrone, and this video I'm going to tell you about why I need to return this thing. And when you're watching the reviews, you're barely seeing any actual footage of it. And I finally found one review online that was negative, and that was from B-Motion Design. And I contacted him and we've been talking back and forth, and I asked him to do reviews for this video, so he's going to tell you a bit about his experience with it. So this is B-Motion Design giving you his thoughts on Edelkrone.
Hey Duncan, thanks for having me on your channel. So Edelkrone, as you saw with my review from back in May, that I was not happy at all. I mean, saying that there were jitters or any of that kind of stuff, it was an understatement, especially when you started and stopped. There was really no good easing in or out. I was not a fan at all. I originally bought the products back in September of last year, and around November 20th, November 21st of 2018, Edelkrone announced updates to the Motion Box, which is what I had, which then became the Head Plus. So for owners of the Motion Box, they were offering a free upgrade, which is great. That's awesome. So that was what, November of 2018 when I filled out the paperwork to get the upgrade. I didn't get my upgrade until beginning of September of this year. So almost 9 months, almost 10 months. It took them to send me the update. Now, granted, again, you're talking about a free upgrade. Beggars can't be choosers, that's fine. Had I known it was going to take 10 months, I would have returned the whole thing and not dealt with it at all. But now that I have the updates, it's better, but it's still noisy. It's still, you can't really use it in interview shots. But I think one of the things that bothers me the most is that the whole time that I was waiting to get my update, I kept seeing reviews pop up online of the new products, and they were all sponsored. So Edelkrone very much prioritized sending products to sponsors and to YouTubers and influencers to get them to review the products more so than they prioritized making their customers happy. You know, 10 months to get a customer a product. That was the other thing too, is I asked Edelkrone, I said, well, so now that you've sent me, now that I've finally received the updates, what happens if they don't work? Can I return them? And of course their response is, well, you're past the 90-day mark. And you know, so we can't give you a refund, but we'll give you a credit in our store. If you would have told me 10 months ago that it was going to take 10 months to get it, I would have sent it back, and I would have fought to get it back, because it's just ridiculous.
So I'm not the only one having problems. And just in case you're saying that, hey, you probably got a bad unit, I bought 3 HeadONEs. I bought the SliderONE V2, not the Pro version, the tilt kit, and also bought the turntable. So I bought a lot of things. The total was 1,650 euros with tax.
The camera was shaking slightly the whole time, which kind of defeats the purpose of buying an electric slider. I've tried everything that I can. I've looked online for this issue. I haven't been able to find anything. I've tried loosening this screw here, tightening it up, and the other ones. I mean, the motion is fine, it's consistent, but there's just a slight vibration when it's moving.
So here are the things that I noted. It's not good for macro work. A lot of jitters, that's my main problem. That's really my main concern. The more you add on stuff, the more jitter you'll get. I think the SliderONE on its own works fine-ish once you add a head to it, but you will get jitters. And once you add the tilt, so you get those two systems, it's just a crap show, and it's not as fast as advertised. I will show you right now the actual speed of the footage and what they're showing you on their website. On the left, you have the SliderONE alone, that takes 16 seconds, and on the right, once it's paired with the HeadONE, it takes about 20 seconds. So you lose about 4 seconds. On their website, sometimes they will tell you that this is not the actual speed of the slider, but sometimes they don't. So, and for this case, they don't say it. And it becomes very obvious when you see the actual speed compared to what they promote. It takes 16 seconds to go from one side to another. That's my first reaction when I started it. I was like, whoa, this is super slow. Another thing, if you get your whole thing set up and you receive a call or anything like that and you have to get off the app and back in, you'll have to connect again. It's annoying. I wish it didn't do that. And hopefully in an app upgrade, they will do that. Connection problems with the app. I've had so much trouble connecting the heads, especially with the tilt kit. Sometimes it took me up to 20 minutes to be able to connect everything. I had to swap batteries because one battery was working with this one, but not with this one. And then switching them over made it work. Then I just couldn't connect the three. Another thing to note is you cannot connect more than 2 heads. You can do the tilt kit. You cannot operate the turntable with the same app. So you need 2 phones or a tablet to make it work. So that's kind of annoying. I wish there was another thing so you could control all 3 of them together. One thing that is great is they do lots of firmware upgrades, so they're really keeping up with all the problems that they're having, or just adding new features. But if you're on a shoot and suddenly they release an upgrade, which happens every now and then, you have to have internet connection because you have to do the upgrade. And that can be a problem if you're out somewhere without a connection. And you're gonna wait about 5-6 minutes, depending on how fast your connection is, to do the whole firmware upgrade. One thing that people will tell you is that you can tweak them. So I've been in touch with Edelkrone, and I like how fast they respond. Their customer service is pretty good. And they told me to take this little rubber thing off, do 2 twists to the right, 3 to the left, just to make it work better. It sort of worked for a bit, but it never really solved all my problems. The jitters and the jerkiness was still there. And every time you start and stop, you will get some jerkiness or some jitters, no matter what I tried. And it's even more true when you have the tilt kit on. So just know that.
Isha, let's switch from this to pose 2. I've been using this endlessly ever since it arrived. It is extremely smooth and there's no backlash. So you can use this for very delicate shots.
And I've shot so many footage of it trying to make it work. I've got 156 gigabytes of footage, of raw footage, just trying to figure out why my things were not working. I have about 166 files inside that folder. I'm not going to show you all of them, and I've contacted a few people online that were nice enough to send me some samples that they were having problems with. So here are some, and also downloaded some footage online from YouTube of YouTubers who were doing great reviews of it, but you could actually see during the reviews that they were having some problems, but they're not really showing them to you. So I think a lot of people, sorry, I'm not being honest, this video is definitely not gonna get many views or many likes, but I feel like I had to do it because a lot of people are buying into this thing, but it really isn't as good as they claim it is. Alright, so this is at 50% speed, 45% speed. It's going to take 24 seconds to do. And the ease in and out is at 0, minimum. Okay, now the other way. Same thing, 24 seconds to get there.
Hello tech lovers, today we're going to take a look at the Edelkrone SliderONE and the Edelkrone HeadONE. And sliding all at the same time to give you a really nice smooth shot. Now the only problem with using a mobile is the focus might be a bit flickery. I'll have a look at that in a moment. And there you go, very simple to change configuration, very easy to set up.
Et que l'on va visser sur le slider, et avec ça on va pouvoir avoir un déplacement latéral et un mouvement de panne de la caméra, ce qui augmente encore plus la sensation de mouvement. C'est la technique que j'ai utilisée ici et dans plein d'autres scènes de mes vidéos où vous avez l'impression que la caméra tourne autour de moi. Encore une fois, ça change de ce que l'on a l'habitude de voir partout ou de bouger si on fait de la pose longue par exemple. C'est également très stable. Vous le voyez ici avec le mouvement des nuages. Il y avait énormément de vent ce jour-là et je n'ai pas eu besoin d'ajouter une stabilisation au montage. Donc je vous le répète, mais pouvoir faire des images en mouvement avec un outil qui tient dans un petit sac, je trouve ça vraiment super.
I'm using the SliderONE with the HeadONE on it doing the panning, and I can definitely hear the noise coming from it. And I don't know if it's at full speed, but you can hear it. I was really planning on doing a lot of macro shots for future clients and get into that, but I quickly found out that it is not possible. Tons and tons of little jitters, no matter what I did. I tried it on a very sturdy tripod, I tried it directly on the table, I tried it on a smaller tripod, I tried it without the head, I tried just the slider. I've just tried everything. Every time it starts and every time it stops, you'll have some jitters. The whole system, especially with the whole tilt and panning module, is just not sturdy. If you barely touch it, you can see the whole system just moving. And I shot tons and tons of footage. There are tons of YouTubers out there who are claiming that Edelkrone is the best system. They make amazing videos with it. But if you actually look at the footage that they're showing you, none of them are really showing you macro shot, or even not even macro shots, but close-up shots of big movements, because I think that they can't. Hopefully you'll find this useful, and hopefully you won't crap on this video. Hit the like button if you do enjoy this, and unfortunately I feel like there are tons of YouTubers out there who are not honest about it. They're just sponsored by Edelkrone, getting those items for free or even getting paid for it, but not saying it. And that's my only conclusion really, because I don't see how I could use this on a professional level. So they have to have some heavy post-production on it if they want to be able to use the footage. And even sometimes it's just not doable. If the whole image is wobbly or shaking or jittery, there's not much you can do even with warp stabilization. So anyway guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button twice, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this type of video. Hopefully it didn't anger many people. And Edelkrone, if you're watching this video, I don't know, send me a unit that works, and maybe the Pro version works better. I don't know, but I've tried. I've got 3 heads, spent $2,000, 2,000 euros on this whole setup, and it's just not working at all. Anyway, that's it for me guys.